It is Champions League quarter-final day today. Manchester City. This is going to be the toughest two matches, I think, that we probably will ever play as Juve boss, because Erling Haaland is a robot. We're also going to be playing Inter Milan in this episode, which is a tough match. Even though they're down in 8th place, the top, 7 or 8 teams in the league are all very, very good teams. In between episodes, we played, I think, just 2 matches. It might even be just 1 match, which was the 1-0 win against Spezia, which we probably should have won by more. So, for the home leg then, the match where we need to take the tie by the scruff of its neck, it is going to be Perrin, Wrench, Danso, Bremer and Vigna in defence, McKennie, Fagioli as the midfield, Orsolini, Kostic, Milik and Vlahovic as our lead strikers. For this one, we have got a fair few sort of injuries, or not injuries, but sort of unregistered players, which kind of throws a bit of a spanner in the works when you think we don't have Chaser currently out injured. We don't have players like Adley. I know he's not played for us. We don't have a Hatteran who's come back from his loan spell at Ajax. Yildiz, George, all these kinds of players that we can't play because they're not registered, because basically they came back too late, or we signed them in January and you can only do 3 changes. It's a mess. It's a mess. If you play in the Champions League, you understand. The only thing we can hope for is that, I don't know, maybe Haaland is injured or just having a holiday, just doing something that he's not interested in doing, like playing football. No, they're going strong. They're going very, very strong there, aren't they? That's, yep, cool. We do also have to consider playing against Angel Di Maria and Juan Cuadrado. I think Di Maria is on the bench. I did not see Cuadrado's name. So we're not playing against Cuadrado unless he started and I didn't spot him. It is Man City with the ball, 7 minutes on the clock, all the way back to Edison, just outside of his area. Laporte. Is he going to go for a run? No, he doesn't. Plays it to Cancelo. On the ground to Gundogan. Ball forward even to Bernardo Silva. Now Walker back to Ruben Diaz. We're putting the pressure on. They're not getting anywhere, but we're also not getting the ball off them either. So this could go either way at the moment, this highlight. Gundogan with it, spins, tries to get some space for himself over the top to Walker, down the line. He's got loads of space to run into as well. Gundogan gets that ball back as well. Now Walker loses out, but it falls to De Bruyne. His effort goes just wide of Perrin's post. McKennie with the ball for us finds Wrench, who weirdly has interest, Wrench does, from Manchester United. Orsolini collects on the wing, crosses in, Vlahovic headed effort, goes for the opposite corner. Can't find the top net though. The top net, that's right. I'm having one of those days today, so this episode might be all over the place where I can't speak properly. It is Matheus Vigna to Fagioli. Cross comes in, Vlahovic is there, heads over the bar. We're getting close. I think there is a genuine chance that we could win this game. Free kick for City in a very good position. It is going to be Kevin De Bruyne, and that's going straight into the top corner. There's the free kick, straight into the top corner. If you get free kicks about that position, on the left or the right, if you have the right player taking it, it's going straight in. Straight after the goal, we've got another highlight though. Kevin Danso, ball to Milik. Now Fagioli, ball upfield. Kostic, chest down well. Are we going to immediately equalise? No, we're going to lose the ball to Kyle Walker and win the ball back through Bremer. McKennie to Milik. Loses out again, does Milik. McKennie nicks it away though. Orsolini, poor pass from Orsolini. Tried to play it through to Kostic. Couldn't manage to basically thread the needle. Haaland's not going to win that headed effort. Fagioli forward. Vlahovic heads to nobody. McKennie's having a great game so far from what I can see. Orsolini's in on goal. And Orsolini has made it 1-1 almost immediately. And at the break, it stays 1-1. City have had the better chances, but we have a goal to our name as well. So, we're in the position we deserve? Yeah, sure. I mean, that seemed to work. That's good. Vlahovic is not having a good game. He's on a 6-5. Fagioli on a 6-5. Bremer on a 6-5 as well. We will keep an eye on them. Cross comes in. It's cleared. Fagioli wins that head though. McKennie to Orsolini. He's been tripped. I think that's outside the area. We are going to get 10 minutes of VAR just to confirm whether that was outside the area or not. And it was definitely outside the area. So we have a free kick, which I feel like we're not going to see. We are going to see it. Fair enough. Orsolini's going to take this. Is this going to be a shot or a cross? It's towards Milik. And Milik has scored. And I think that's going to count. We're getting VAR, obviously, but the linesman's flag has not gone up. We have taken the lead against Man City. Arkadiusz Milik, one of the oldest men on our team, at 30, or 29 even maybe at the moment, has scored against Man City. We are 2-1 up. Foden to Laporte. We need to just hold on, really, at this point, don't we? Haaland, ball through from De Bruyne to Foden, but Wrench comes back and claims it. Perrin to Bremer to Fagioli. Right-hand side is Wrench, lots of space to run into as well, down that line. Can we prevent Man City from winning a Champions League? Orsolini runs towards goal. He needs to pass that. Why did he not pass that? No player would do that, surely. 60 minutes have now passed. We are going to do some changes. Vlahovic is having a poor game. Moise Kean is going to come on. I call him Moise Kean. I don't know if it's pronounced like that. It might just be Moise or Moise. I don't know. I call him Moise Kean. We're going to take off Fagioli as well for Locatelli. I think that's all we're going to do. So I think we've still got maybe 3 more subs that we can do if we need to. Orsolini with a free kick towards Bremer at the back. He's not going to get there. We need to get there first. That's not what you want. Erling Haaland just surging forward like the robot that he is. Like the T-1000 or 2000 from Terminator. It's a very old reference there for anybody over the age of about 40. Bernardo Silva's in on goal. Perrin can hold on to that one. And we got lucky, very, very lucky there with that break. Orsolini with a free kick in another good position. Bremer this time. And Bremer is on the score sheet. We're getting more VAR. I don't think it's going to matter. I think this one's going to count as well. It does count. And Bremer makes it 3-1 against Man City. I don't know why they were claiming he was offside. He was nowhere near being offside. Final 10 minutes of the game. A 3-1 win against Man City is huge. Is it not? That is absolutely massive. We're going to do some final changes. Pogba's coming on. We're going to do... Orsolini's had a cracking game, hasn't he? He's played superbly well. We're going to take Milik off as well for Danny Motta. We are going to do Orsolini for Rooney can come on short. We've got 4 minutes of injury time, but I'm hoping it's not enough time to really do any, or too much damage, shall we say. It's all the way back to Ederson in goal. I say in goal. He was playing as a centre-back there, wasn't he? He was so far out of his goal. We nicked the ball away, but McKennie just passes it to Grealish, and Grealish puts that into space. That's good. Highlights carrying on. So we are going to see the goal kick as well. Bremer, one of our goal scorers. Locatelli, weird bit of control, almost loses the ball. Moise Kean down that left-hand side, keeps running forward. Can just use all of his pace. The youngster can cross that ball in. Ederson comes out, fists it clear. Rooney to wrench. Down the line, Danny Motta's in towards goal. Needs to try and get his cross away or walk it off the pitch. That will also do. I mean, you probably should have just taken that into the corner. We are going to see the goal kick, but I think it is too little too late. We've got 5 seconds or less than 5 seconds to play. The full-time whistle is going, and we have beaten Man City 3-1. That's a massive result, but the work is not complete. We have to now go to Manchester and not lose 2-0, which sounds easy on paper, doesn't it? It's not going to be. The greatest form of defence is attack, so we are doing no changes whatsoever. The starting lineup is exactly the same, I think. It should be exactly the same. Perrin, Wrench, Danto, Bremer, Vigna, McKennie, Fagioli, Orsolini, Kostic, Milik and Vlahovic. We need to just not lose. That's all we need to do. Just don't lose. Now, some people would be sensible and do some tactical changes to maybe shore it up a little bit more at the back, maybe go for 5 defence or 3 centre-backs, wing-backs, that kind of thing. That's not me. I don't want to do that. I don't like to change things if it's working. So we're going to stick with the 4-2-4 and hope that we can basically have the same result. Although, if they score from this corner after just 2 minutes, we might need to have a little rethink. Haaland hits the post and it goes wide. So much of me in this match is going to be me staring at that clock. There's a free kick for De Bruyne in a good position. He scored in the last match like this. He's probably going to do it again. Of course he does, because you can't stop free kicks. I'm not worried yet. I'm concerned, but I'm not worried. It's 3-2. Orsolini with a free kick for us. Bremer's at the back post, and Bremer almost gets his second in as many games. Cancelo's throw. De Bruyne, the goal scorer, back to Cancelo. Cuts inside. McKennie's chasing him down. Cancelo's effort goes well over the bar. Not sure what Perrin was doing. It was a weird dive, wasn't it? Ederson with a goal kick. I'm looking at Bremer, and he's on a 6-3 after half an hour playing against Erling Haaland. It's not a good sign, is it? When your best centre-back is playing very badly and you're playing against the best footballer in the world, or in the game at the very least. Bremer's there. That's what we like to see from Bremer. That's a stupidly good block, or not even block, clearance. We've cleared it upfield as well towards Kostic. We're not going to win the head though. And City coming forward again. Bernardo Silva using some pace, burning through some fuel. And what's happened there? I think he hit the bar and then Perrin caught it, which is not scientifically possible what just happened. If we can keep it at 1-0 until half-time, I think half-time is where we're going to try and do some changes, which I think might need to be defensive-minded. Foden into the penalty area. Plays it on the ground to De Bruyne, a curling effort, and yep, that's Kevin De Bruyne for you. This is going to be the opposite of the Sporting game, isn't it? Where we lost the first leg against Sporting and then won the second. We're going to win the first leg and lose the second, and yeah, we're going to be knocked out in the quarterfinals, which is understandable. It's Man City. They're very good. McKennie's chasing Foden down. On the ground, Gundogan's effort is blocked. Perrin can hold on. I don't think that was the highlight. Big kick over the halfway line by Perrin, and it's straight into Manchester City once again. Foden's got past his man, and Foden makes it 3. Well, City have now taken the lead, obviously, in the tie, and we've been horrific. We have been so bad. We've had 5 shots, 2 on target, but we've just been awful. What was that? Get your acts together. That wasn't a good thing to do. Your defensive performance has been unacceptable. That's been disappointing. I thought you... No, you didn't. Keep going. You have the ability. So we've only annoyed the defence. It's fine, because we're going to sub half of them. So Danilo's coming on. Sturgew's coming on as well. Bremer and obviously Wrench coming off. Both of them on 6.2s. Foden with a corner. If they score another one, it is game over. I mean, arguably it's game over now. Cancelo's long-range effort. That's ridiculous. 3 of their goals have been world-class goals. Well, I did say in the last episode that I don't think we're going to beat Man City, and I was wrong and then right. So I think at this point the tie is over. We need to score 2 more goals just to get back on level terms, which is not outside the realms of possibility, but we've literally not had the ball anywhere near their penalty area for a very long time. Kyle Walker with the ball through to Haaland. Haaland makes it 5-0. I'm starting to think maybe going for a different tactic might have been a better idea, trying something more defensive rather than this 4-2-4, which works great when it works, but when it does not work, it is awful, and this is an example of it being awful. Danilo to Milik, back to Danilo, forward. Vlahovic heads across, cleared, not very well. Vlahovic keeps us alive. Milik on the ground to Kostic, straight into the hands of Ederson. It's our first real chance of the match, and it's taken an hour to get here. Kostic has dropped to a 5.9 because of that. Perrin's on a 6-1, Vigna's on a 6, Orsolini, Kostic, Vlahovic all on 6s. We've lost, guys, and we've lost just poorly, embarrassingly badly here. I'm not even going to bother doing any subs. We may as well just see how badly everyone performs, and then we can save a bunch of money finding people for their wages. It's a full-time score then of 5-0 for Manchester City, and a 6-3 defeat on aggregate. We were awful. How many yellow cards did we pick up? That's 8 yellow cards in 90 minutes. That's nuts. Well, we are out of the Champions League then at the quarterfinal stage, which is fine. That's where the board wanted us to get to, but that performance was horrific. Next up then, we go forward and we play Inter Milan in the league, who are now up into 6th. We are currently 2nd. 1 point. Hold on. We could be top of the league by the end of this episode. This match against Inter Milan has suddenly become a little bit more important. We've just dropped down to 3rd place in the table. However, Napoli have just drawn another game. It means that we are definitely in with a chance of being top of the table if we win this match. The starting 11 then is going to be our usual starting 11, bar a couple of minor changes. Heddle starts in goal today after obviously Perrin let in far too many in the last match. Wrench, Danso, Bremer and Danilo in defence. Danilo comes in for Vigna because Vigna was awful in the last match. Moretti, Fagioli, Orsolini, Kostic, Milik and Vlahovic round out our team. So we are the late kickoff in the match day week. We are the last team to actually play our games. Napoli, I don't know who they played, but they drew. I just managed to see the results, and I saw that Napoli actually drew their game. Let's have a look at the league table. I mean, we might be able to do latest scores. We can do latest scores. They drew with Bologna, who I think are up the right end of the table as well. Onana with a very good save there from a long-range effort from Vlahovic. So we've started hotly. It's going to be Kostic taking this corner. He got fined because of the Man City game. So did a few other players. Bastoni controls that ball. And that ends the highlight. Right, let's put league table on just to see how close everything is. A win will put us top. It will definitely put us top of the table. Danilo with the throw to Vlahovic. Back to Danilo. Long ball forward. Milik with a headed effort. And it's just gone wide. Onana came out to try and claim it. Milik got there first. But it doesn't find the back of the net. It could be 1-0. And that takes us to half-time. Not the most eventful game of football. We've had a booking in the first minute, and that's about it. Point finger. We have to be better in front of goal. Everyone seemed to take that on board, even most of the subs as well. The second half has been just as bad as the first, hasn't it? Orsolini's on a 6.2. I don't know what you're doing or what you're not doing, so you're coming off. Chase is going to come on. He's just come back from an injury. Kostic is going to come off for Pogba as well. Danilo's injured, so we're going to have to take you off. We'll do De Sciglio coming on. I mean, we're playing badly again, aren't we? Vlahovic and Milik are on 6.5s each. We've just done 3 changes. I'm going to give a shout as well. I can't do a shout because my assistant manager's done it. I don't even know what he said. He could have said absolutely anything, couldn't he? We're pushing to attacking because we're just seeing absolutely nothing. A draw against Inter is actually not a terrible result, but we are at home. Fagioli losing out to Barella, and now Eden Dzeko's managed to get past Kevin Danso, but Danso uses his pace to get back and block him, and his long-range effort is not very good anyway. into the final 5 minutes, and we have been bad again. 2 matches in a row where we've been really bad. We're going to do Keane, and we're going to do, I guess, Danny Motta coming on for our 2 strikers because they've been awful. We've been so bad. Our midfield, our attackers, everything has been so bad. It is a throw for Inter. We've got 2 minutes of injury time to play, and if we get a draw out of this, I guess we're going to have to be happy with it. But this highlight is a worry. Inter passing the ball around. Bastoni's going to go for a run. Left-hand side is Gossens. Are we going to get there first? We haven't managed to get there. It's all the way back with the keeper. We're going to put some pressure on him, or is he just going to stand there? Acerbi back to Onana in goal. He's eventually kicked it long over the halfway line, and it is going to be Heddle to control. Danso to Miretti. Now Wrench on the right-hand side. Is this going to be a highlight for us or a highlight for them? So far, nothing really to say who it's going to until Moise Keane's there, and we're never going to score. He's offside anyway. Keane rattles the bar, and that could be the last chance of the game. We've got 30 seconds. Onana's going to take the the free kick. And in fact, he's probably not going to take it. The full-time whistle's just going to go. He's just standing there, isn't he? Played it on the ground to Acerbi. We need to intercept it. We don't manage to do so. And Lukaku was offside. Great. And we're probably not going to see anything else, are we? Fagioli to Bremer. Get the ball upfield. It's a 0-0 draw against an Inter side who are down, not in the wrong end of the table, but they are struggling. Danny Motta with the ball. Tries to cross it. It hits the defender. The full-time whistle goes. That was bad. That was a bad performance. 2 really bad performances in a row. Thrash Arms. You're coming to training. You genuinely come into training. That was awful. Bremer gets an 8 for some reason. I don't know what he did. But going forward, everybody, not one single person can say they played well there. That was our chance to go to the top of the table. That was our chance to go top of the table, and we did nothing. We did absolutely nothing. The finishing was poor. As it says there, the quality of finishing was poor throughout. Danilo's injured for 1 to 3 days. Okay, that's not terrible. Oh, I'm not happy. I'm really not happy. Well, it means as we come in towards the end of the season, we've got, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left to play. We are probably going to see Sampdoria, Roma and Torino on camera. We may see one of the earlier games as well, although looking at it, we got a nice, easy run. Those 4 are definitely winnable games. Salento or Lecce is a winnable game. Those ones, I think we should definitely win. It's Bologna and Roma that are the ones that we might struggle with. So we will come back for Sampdoria, Roma and Torino, although we may come back earlier if the title can be decided slightly earlier than that. Thank you very much for watching this episode. It wasn't good, was it? It was not good. We beat Man City, we got hammered by Man City, and then we were awful against Inter Milan. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with the final episode of Season 1 with Juventus, and hopefully we can still win the league. I've not got a lot of hope though. Thanks for watching.